STEM Transition Camp Grant by Monica Watkin, Casey DeRitter, Hedda Desai, Bo Brummett, and James Short. Statement of the problem. Muskogee County School District is lacking a transition program helping students who are socioeconomically challenged and or students who are mildly to moderately disabled transition to a post-secondary education or into the workforce. Statement of the problem. Muskogee County students currently have 3 viable alternatives for training and transition to post-secondary education and then to work. The Vocational Rehabilitation Program, which focuses its efforts in helping students with disabilities but does not work with students who are economically challenged, and does not follow these students past 90 days of their official hire date. Muskogee County's CTEA program helps any student involved in CTEA to apply for grants and the Hope Scholarship, but does not track these students through college. Finally, the MCSC Youth Apprenticeship Program, where students are tracked the first 1,000 hours of employment. Unfortunately, very often many students with disabilities and students who are socioeconomically challenged do not qualify for entry in these programs due to poor motivation, lack of support academically, and lack of early intervention with regard to transition. When students have the proper support, no matter their disability or economic situation, they can be successful.
Statement of need. The purpose of this grant is to create an opportunity for students with disabilities and those who are socially economically challenged to participate in a specialized summer camp that would help them to develop an interest in careers in the science, technology, engineering, and mathematics fields. Further, the STEM Transition Camp would enable students to have access to recruiters and financial aid officers of local colleges and technical schools that would aid in these students' transitions to post-secondary education should they choose to pursue a career in the STEM field.
Literature review. This grant proposal examines the outlook of STEM transition camps and its positive impact on socioeconomically disadvantaged as well as students with disabilities. The summer camp will take those transition plans for students who are planning a career in the STEM fields and develop them into a continuous plan. The camp will also provide opportunities for students to visit or shadow a professional within the field or begin job training within the field as well. These students will be exposed to career path choices as well as training programs. This raises questions to the cause-effect relationship between these students and the STEM transition camps. Through ethnographic research and data collection, the students are more equipped to enter STEM-related fields and perform more effectively and efficiently.
Proposal. The STEM Transition Camp will fill the current gaps that exist in Muskogee County's efforts to help transition its youth to becoming productive, gainfully employed citizens. The STEM Transition Camp will provide students with disabilities and those who are socioeconomically challenged early intervention with regard to transition, which will inherently increase their motivation while establishing academic support in middle school and continuing that support throughout their post-secondary option. In addition, these students will receive the necessary assistance completing applications for all financial aid applications to post-secondary schools and assistance with resumes, employment applications, and continue efforts to train and mentor these students during the first 3 years of employment.
Goal 1 is to provide a summer transition program to help introduce students to STEM skills and related careers to low socioeconomic students as well as students with mild to moderate disabilities. Let's move on and see what the objectives are for this goal. The objectives under this goal are to identify students through Muskogee County School District who are socially or economically challenged as well as students with MIMO disabilities. To obtain STEM career path observation opportunities for participating students and also to contact parents and send out information to them about the transition camp. Goal 2 will need to obtain location, professionals, and volunteers to help with the transition camp during the summer. Let us examine those objectives. The objectives under this goal is to contact the local university or schools for space availability and confirm a location. Contact parents about volunteering, and each volunteer must complete a background check. Contact STEM professionals by email, mail, and telephone to ask for assistance for the camp and also conduct another background check. We will obtain and finalize teacher-certified staffing from the local school district or surrounding area. Goal 3 is developing our assessments. Let's look at those objectives. Objectives under Goal 3 are to distribute STEM interest surveys to school counselors and gather data on target populations regarding their knowledge and interest in STEM careers. We're going to conduct exit interviews and distribute exit surveys at the end of the STEM transition camp in order to gather information regarding their effectiveness of the camp and assign mentors to those students transitioning to post-secondary school situations. We'll also compile the data from our STEM transition camp and distribute the information to STEM-related companies within the surrounding area in an attempt to increase field-related experiences for the students. Goal 4 will obtain all necessary equipment and materials needed for the STEM transition programs. Again, let's examine those objectives. Following objectives are for goal number 4. We ensure we have proper transportation to and from activities that require the staff and students to travel. We'll contact bus drivers and other transportation companies. All drivers will require a background check. We'll obtain materials such as notebooks, pencils, pens, crayons, what have you, needed for the students. The project assistant will ask for and confirm approval from a local school or university to have access to their computer lab for students to use. The STEM professionals who will be presenting presentations or conducting activities with the students will submit request forms for materials to the project manager. Now let's look at our program subjects. The subjects were chosen from the local high schools in Muskogee County. Students who are in the grades 5 through 12 who are socially or economically challenged as well as MIMO disabilities. Selection that based on referrals from school officials such as the school psychologists and teachers who have been surveyed within the grade range from students who will benefit from the transition plans and goals. The subjects are selected will hopefully have an interest in STEM careers and are interested in learning more about them through the program. Program setting will be held at either a university or local school that has access to a computer lab and other technology, as well as plenty of space for all of the participants and presenters. Procedures. The STEM Transition Camp will be an asset to Muskogee County's efforts to provide transition services to those students who previously appeared unmotivated or lacked focus due to MIMO disabilities or who are from economically disadvantaged households. Students, when given the necessary interventions, can be successful and be productive citizens. Students will learn how to complete work applications, training applications, college applications, as well as resumes. Students who are selected for the program will have a working transition plan, which will be part of their education plan from 5th to 12th grade. Professionals in STEM careers will be selected to mentor students during the summer camp and as well as have checkpoints throughout the school year. The STEM Transition Camp is necessary to fill gaps in Muskogee County's current efforts to provide transition services and STEM education opportunities to students with mild and moderate disabilities and those students who come from low socioeconomic backgrounds. Other local programs may address transition, but they do not offer the level of support, early intervention, or the diverse population of mentors that will be provided for the STEM Transition Camp program.
Evaluation design.
Ethnographic research is used as a qualitative approach to research. This method focuses on an in-depth understanding and exploration of cultural patterns where the group being studied is observed in their natural surroundings over an extended period of time. Ethnographic research is used to research different cultural patterns and perspectives over a length of time, typically 6 months or greater. The cultural patterns and perspectives being observed are done so in their natural setting as to gain authentic qualitative observation. Evaluation, data collection. To evaluate the program, data will be collected by observation, interview, collecting demographic information, as well as field notes. Each team member will have a list of items that will be pertinent to our program when observing, but will also be recording other observations they may encounter. A post-assessment will be given every year after the camp to ensure improvement of how the program is run and to assess as well as take into consideration the observation to where the student is within the program. The post-assessment will be an exit interview. Evaluation, data collection. Other techniques for data collecting are not limited to handwritten notes. The observer will also use video recorders or voice recorders during interview or major activities bi-monthly. Of course, the observer will ask for the subject's permission before doing either. The ongoing data collection provides support, showing a smooth transition of students with mild and moderate disabilities as well as low socioeconomic status into STEM-related career paths. Evaluation, data analysis. Our data will be organized through coding, triangulation, and matrices. Coding will allow for us to read our data and determine segmented themes within it, allowing us to discuss similarities and differences in the codes we have selected. Matrices and triangulation will also contribute to data organization. Evaluation validity. We have different data collection techniques, such as observation, field notes, and interviews, which will aid in the validity of our data. This method is called triangulation. Using different sources increases the validity of the study. Since ethnography focuses on collecting data and observing over a length of time, our findings will prove to be valid because we are using raw data from our observations and applying them to our organizational methods of triangulation and matrices. Since we are strictly observing using ethnographic research method and not proving cause and effect or explaining why certain things are happening, we cannot prove internal validity using this research method. Evaluation validity. Our team will not be able to apply our findings to a different population or generalize the data in any way, so we cannot prove external validity. This is due to the fact that we are observing a certain population in our certain area and we will not be able to recreate every condition in order to observe the same culture in another setting.